Hi, everybody. This is Sharon Martin, and today I am answering some questions from some of my followers on Facebook. So, the question that I'm going to answer for you right now is one about new dating relationships. And this person had asked, how can you avoid losing yourself in the new dating infatuation? And I love that word infatuation because I think it gives us such a picture of what that can feel like, what that can look like to be really swept up in the newness and the emotion and the fun and the good feelings of that new relationship. So I think there's probably maybe two pieces here, that we could focus on in terms of how to not lose yourself. So one is that we don't want to essentially just, abandon our own lives. We don't want to give up all of the things that were important to us, the activities, the people, the relationships, the obligations, responsibilities, all that stuff that has made up your life until you met this new person. We don't want to just say, forget about that. The only thing that matters to me is this new relationship. Instead, we want to find some balance. We want to be able to continue, the things that matter to us, and do so because those are things that help, define who we are. They're part of our identity. But of course, there is some reality that when you have a new relationship, it takes time and energy, and that has to come from somewhere. So there has to be some shifting, right? So, it the honest truth is that you may spend less time with your friends or your family because you have a new relationship, which can be fine and, like I said, is normal. But it's not okay if you go weeks now or months of not talking to your friends or not seeing your family when you used to see them on a regular weekly basis or talk to them every day or something like that, and now it's like an extreme difference. Then you've really let this new relationship become so important, more important, the things that are established in your life, people who, have been there for a long time, or things that you would do that were enjoyable, that were, part of the way that your life was set up. So we're looking for, a little bit of shifting, which is normal, but not completely, giving up the things that have been important to us. And then the second thing that I would encourage you to look out for is people pleasing, which it's similar. It's got some crossover here to what I was just talking about, in terms of giving up parts of who you are. But with the people pleasing in particular, what ends up happening is it's almost like you're giving up things, in the relational context. You're not sharing your opinions, or saying, hey, this matters to me, or I'd like to do this. Instead, it's always a deferring to the other person, as if his or her needs or wants or interests matter more than yours. And we can do this. Well, we can do it, at any stage of a relationship, but I think especially when we have a new relationship, I mean, and there's this real desire to, I don't know, impress or please. You really want the relationship to work. You want this person to really like you. You don't want to be difficult or upset them. So again, there's an understandable element of wanting to sort of be easygoing and, let other people make decisions, or, assert their opinions, or tell you what's important to them. But a healthy relationship has this balance to it, where it's not all about one person and what they care about, or their values and interests, and all that kind of stuff for their friends. But we've got room for both, and so I almost I think of that as sort of a self abandonment, kind of like I'm just like putting all the things that are important to me on the back burner, and instead saying the relationship or the other person's needs, wants, interests are more important. And we want to just, we want to have it be important, but not. It doesn't make sense for it to be more important than you. I mean, you have to look out for yourself, even when you have relationships. you're going to have the healthiest, most satisfying relationships when you can truly be yourself. And with that is bringing all of those different parts of yourself to the relationship, and also realizing that sometimes that means there are some conflicts, and sometimes there are things that we disagree on. But again, a healthy, strong relationship can withstand that. There's room for differing opinions, different values, and we figure out how to work through that, and respect each other's differences, as well, rather than it needing to be, you know there's one right way, or there's one right idea, one right belief system that we all have to adhere to. So I would say those are the two big things to be on the lookout for in terms of not losing yourself: is don't abandon, everything that has mattered up until this point, and don't fall into an excessive, people pleasing, mentality, or those types of behaviors. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you'll continue on for the next video, the next question. Take care.